Welcome back to a new video. So this is going to be a quick video about how to use weightlifting straps. So the straps I have are the Iron Mind Short and Sweet. So you see the little logo there. If I get it to focus in on it. But they're the Short and Sweet straps, and they're not connected. It's the only weightlifting straps that I've used for snatches and for power cleans mostly. Wouldn't recommend using for full power cleans. So I'll show that whole process again. It's a little bit hard to do with one hand. Usually I use two to get the first loop in, and then once you have this loop in your hand, then you can get the other one pretty easy. But essentially if they're sewed together, this is already sewn, so you don't have to hold it like this. But you pinch them together like that, and then with your other hand on the bar, it's a little bit easier. But essentially what I'm trying to accomplish is to keep this connected, keep those two pieces connected, loop, grab with my thumb, and then you see it's not really fully on my wrist yet, and then I just twist my hand around, get my strap onto where I want it to be on my wrist, and then just pull it tight. And when you have the other hand on the bar, it doesn't roll around like it is here. And then once it's like this, then it's as secure as it's ever going to be, and you can keep pulling it tighter. I usually like to pull it really tight to have that kinesthetic feeling of that. But once you're there, then you're good to go. And that's, you know, how you saw me do it there with one hand. You just go to the other side and do it with the other hand. I just can't do that now because I'm holding the camera. But to release a snatch or a power clean, I wouldn't recommend doing full cleans with straps on. The only people that should are people that are experts at doing cleans. If you're like Ilya, or there are some people that naturally have that mobility. But if you're just doing it for fun, just don't. It's not worth the risk to your wrist and your arms. But for snatches, there's not really any risk, because if you miss from behind, you simply just open your hand up, and as the bar goes behind you, it will just unleash or just unlock. And I've never had an issue with getting caught with the bar. So I've used a ton of chalk as well. The grip is not a matter, but fold it over, turn it over, grab it with your thumb, and then once you have it in your fingers, you kind of feel it, and then you're just kind of pulling it into your hand, kind of like a normal like powerlifting type strap. Once you have it like that, it should be, if you've used other kinds of straps, be pretty simple with that. But to, you know, miss a snatch, the biggest thing is just open your hands. That would be I think the only thing that could keep you caught in it is if you try to hold on to it or try to keep your hands a little bit closed. If you're letting go of it, like, emphasize opening up your hands, because that will create some distance in the bar, and you see there it's already like disconnected with that. So if you're uncomfortable with it, the first thing I would do is get like 40 kilos like this, or whatever is a light weight, and do a power snatch or a muscle snatch, and just try to drop it behind you and see if you can do it. Even if you can sit in the bottom of a snatch and do it as well, and just practice that just to get comfortable with what it feels like. And just as it's going behind you, as you would if you were just, you know, hook gripping, when it's going behind you, you just open up your hand. You do the same thing with the straps. So that's how you use these disconnected ones, and I've only ever used them. I've never been comfortable using ones that are sewn together for whatever reason, so I've only ever used these. But yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice to get used to putting them on, but for me it came really naturally to miss because I'm bad at weightlifting, so I've had a lot of practice at it. But that's it for this one. If you made it to this point, I appreciate it. I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.